It's Coach D Magic here with DB Network, here to bring you the best one-on-one DB breakdowns on the internet, bar none. All right, so we're going to go over Colorado, and I'm just going to let this play for a little bit because everyone's interested in Colorado. A lot of people want to see them do well. A lot of people want to see them fail. Me personally, I would love for them to do well just because it's interesting. I don't think Georgia winning a national championship 3 years in a row is nearly as interesting as trying to bring literally the worst team in college football to a reputable season. All right. So I think the question here is Colorado ready for prime time? All right. Now let's identify the technique he's using. He's going to go with a motor technique. Okay. So motor is you're going to inch back, give ground. All right, so this is a soft press technique. You're going to back up, give ground. Okay, now some people will call this first step false step. So right here, but a lot of times this is natural in order to get into the motor. What I would say is that he probably should take a small step backwards, because when he takes this step forward, right here, when he takes this step forward, the receiver's already closing distance on us. So he's already taken that space away. If we were in a hard press, this would be perfect. But because we're trying to back up and we haven't yet begun to back up, he's already going forward. This is going to cause us to raise our pad level and get on our heels. All right, so now look, our hat is higher than his hat. And I think we should just give ourselves a little bit more space, because if we're going to take this step, all right, and he's already closing that distance, then it's going to be very, very hard for us to mirror the release correctly. And then, like I said, we're on our heels here once he cuts inside. And here we have Travis Hunter. I'm sorry, I don't know the DB's name, but everybody recognizes Travis Hunter. And he actually has a very good rep against him. Jams him, 2 hands in the chest, shuts this route down. He was a little annoyed that people were happy that he got jammed, but, you know, with popularity comes pressure. But technique the DB's doing, he's just going with the mirror technique. He is going to go with outside leverage on the release. We're going to step to the outside and look at the hips. All right, look at the hips. The hips are moving this way. So if you have your eyes where you're supposed to have them, when they move that way, all right, we move that way. Does a good job of staying tight in his kick step here. And once he tries to commit to the outside, because we did our dirty work or all the hard work here to stay square, if he wants that outside release, he's going to have to go through our chest. All right. And once he tries to go, we step again. Notice how we're stepping again with our hands and feet simultaneously. He's not staying in this position and just trying to reach with his hands. Okay. This is a very key coaching point. Your hands and your feet got to move at the same time. Step, punch, continues to keep his feet moving. Dead play. Now this is funny. Travis, I bet he won't win again. This is pretty funny because it's just competition. It's just competition, and I like that they're competing. And of course, Coach Prime is demanding that they're competing. So we're in the slot now as a safety. Looks like we're about 5. We're about 9 yards off. It looks like pretty much 10 yards off in the slot, which is okay. You just want to go with the scooch technique. So let's watch his feet. So he is scooching, but you see how it kind of turns. So right now he's scooching, all right? So you got a lead foot, which is his front foot, pull. Look, he's on his heels already. And when you get on your heels, your pad level raises and you tend to speed up. So you lose control over what you were trying to do. And it just looks like he's just ending up in a back pedal here. So he's scooching to a back pedal. I think he should just be scooching, waiting for that break. And notice how the receiver breaks exactly where he was standing. So the whole idea of a scoocher, so you could give ground, but you have tighter footwork, because at the slot, you're going to get 10 and out, 10 and in, post, fade, corner. That's pretty much where they're breaking the routes off at. So I think because we're on our heels, we raise our pad level. We're just too fast here, too much respect. All right, on this rep, we're going to go with the pier step. So if you want to learn exactly how to do this technique and drills for it, make sure you go look at my prior videos. And we're going to go with the outside step. So it's a read step, a rhythm step, a patient step, a small 6-inch step to the outside to keep us square so we can read the release. So let's watch his feet. See it? See the small step? Receiver moves, small step. All right. And if you need more time, or if the receiver is off the ball or there's a lot of space, go with the second rhythm step, patient step. Boom, we take another step. Notice how we're still square. The receiver eventually has to get vertical. He runs right into our chest. Like I said in the video before, if the receiver releases dead in your chest, all right, you can go with 2 hands, mostly to protect yourself. And this is the easiest opportunity to get 2 hands on him when a guy is literally right in front of you. All right, so we go with 2-hand jam. You want to go from 2 hands to 1, because you don't want to keep that 2-hand jam there. It locks your hip, and he's eventually going to get off of that, fight vertical. So to prevent holding, go from 2 to 1. All right, looks like he does a good job. Receiver pulls on our jersey, the back of our jersey right here. See it? I don't think a ref will ever call that. It's unfortunate, but it gets us behind a little bit. But because we have 1 hand, we're still in decent position here. We look early, and Coach Prime actually addressed this. He looks too early. You want to look around the 15-yard mark, and that's what most coaches will teach. Now, if the receiver is starting to fade towards the sideline and you get back shoulder fade vibes, then you can look over that shoulder. But looking too early could cost us if it's a better ball and the ball is severely underthrown. Maybe it was supposed to be a back shoulder. Maybe the quarterback's trying to throw a back shoulder. But if you're looking at 10 yards, so let's count it. So 5, 10. If we're already looking at 10 yards, he could snap that off for a comeback. You just don't know what it is yet. So continue to close that space, and then get your head back around 15. And I think we still make this play regardless. All right, but I like the pier step. I like 2 to 1 fighting through the hold here. Just stay locked in a little bit more. Try to work the receiver to the sideline a little bit more. Once you get around 15, then get your head back for the ball. So that's good competition. I like it. I like what Coach Prime is doing. I actually love it. I'm rooting for these guys. And I want to know if these guys are ready for prime time, but I have faith. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, send me video suggestions. I'll do more of these one-on-one breakdowns, especially on Colorado. Again, Coach D Maggitt, DB Network. Peace.